Hello guys and welcome back to another day 1 video. I'm your host today, Rept, and today we will be looking at Baizhu, the new Dendro Catalyst. My opinion so far on him is that he's so versatile. If we take a look, I've got just these 3 decks right now, but I think he can fit in anything. Quicken, Burgeon, even just Burning, Bloom especially right now because of Nilu. Now, I got 2 games prepared to show you today. Unfortunately, one of them is a loss. This one right here against Nilu Bloom. And as you can see, I went against only Nilu Bloom, which shows the strength of it. Let's get right into it, shall we? Now, the idea of this specific Baizhu deck is that you're able to stall with Baizhu and Dia, thanks to both of their stalling capabilities, and then you can get out a very strong Sino out later in the game. As far as the mulligan goes, this is just very good. So I basically want to do either Raid Boss Dia or Raid Boss Sino with the help of Baizhu. Also with this deck we are getting access to the Sumer Resonance in order to look for the cards we need. Alright, looks like we have good dice. So, usually with this, I start Dia in order to get her field out, and then go to Baizhu and get his elemental skill out, the Gossamer Sprite, so I can get some burning out. But right now I decided to stay on Dia to build her energy, and you're about to see that was a mistake. I should have just switched to Baizhu and put Libin down, maybe. Yeah, look at this. How much damage Nilu can do. Oh boy, and they put out Tubby. They're a Tubby variant. And he is already at 2 HP, while I do have the weapons that are useful for her. Let's speed things up, shall we? Now, is this Baizhu deck good? I don't know. It is day 1 after all. I simply tried to see what I can do with him. I do think I like this, but perhaps I misplayed it. This could put Dia in danger, and it does. She had the talent. There we go. We're doing a lot of damage on Nilu, but it doesn't really matter. Here we finally get some Baizhu action. Well, next turn. Now, we can see on the enemy that they have the burst ready, which is very bad for us. This burst is, I'll say, pretty strong, even though I do believe that's not enough said. You basically get 3 shield, 3 healing, and 3 damage, and possibly from that 3 damage, since it's 3 separate instances, 3 separate reactions. It's actually insane. Now, Genshin, why are you doing this to me right now? Okay, so let's pause a bit. In this deck, I really like using this new artifact card. I think it's very good. The Shadow of the Sand King, with which I can draw once upon playing it, and then after I do an elemental action, which you're gonna see I'm about to do, I get to draw another card. It helps me especially with looking for the pieces that I need. Like for Dia, I need the Claymore, the Bell, and then the Tenacity Millet. And then for Sino, I think I put 1 White Spear, and then Sino can also use Tenacity Millet. Alright, so as you can see, this is what Burning does. In a normal case, I would love to switch to Sino to apply Electro and then have so many reactions pop off. Which I might still do. Maybe in this deck, you would play Nahida over Sino here and even go for Dendro Res, I believe. That can also work. Maybe this was a misplay, using Electro right here. But we also see they equipped also a new artifact, the Ocean Hued Clam. This is the one that costs 3 unaligned dice that heals you 3 HP the moment you equip it, which means they got a stack on Nilu. Now, with that healing, +1 to everybody, they got a second stack. It is the maximum, but the next time they go on Nilu, they have an additional 2 damage on anything here. So Nilu is dangerous with that Ocean Hued Clam. And you're gonna see in my other deck, I did steal the idea from them, and I ended up running a Toby variant of Nilu with Ocean Hued Clam and Tenacity of the Millet. But I simply forgot to put Storm Terror Slayer also in it. I do believe Toby does make sense in the Nilu deck. And I do think Nilu with Baizhu is the best Bloom variant you can go for. I'm not sure about the third. Definitely a Hydro character, but I'm not sure which Hydro character is best. Ocean it could very well work because of the many summons she can put out.
I got your boss.
Also, as you saw earlier, I drew Storm Terror's Lair. I also put it in this deck. So in this deck, I was looking to play the talents for Dia, which heals her 2 HP whenever she's below 6. So in this case, she would have so much shield, but get also some healing, so it would have been nice. And then I could have gotten something for Sino to do more damage. Perhaps I should have played Baiju's talent instead of Sino's, especially since it's a rainbow deck, it could have generated some more dice. I do think Baiju's talent works well in a rainbow deck, because you don't have easy ways to generate the... Okay. Let's take pause from what I was saying. From generating dice, I was gonna say. This must be a bug. So, Pulsing Clarity makes Seamless Shield, right? So Seamless Shield, basically, whenever you take damage, when you have it, because it's gonna be removed the moment you take damage, you heal 1 and deal 1 Dendro damage. It happened to me, okay, sure. But then they hit also back to Dia. So basically what happened, Dia died, but as you can see, she still has this. So Dia died, used the Seamless Shield while dead to deal damage, and then because Oceanid took damage, did that back to the active character in the same instance, but the active character was also already dead. So I believe this must be a bug. I hope. And as you can see, now Dia is left with Dendro application forever. What? New cards, new bugs. Love it. So I opted not to use the talent in case I would have to tune. And look at this. Look at how much damage she was able to do with one burst. And Sino's like guaranteed dead here. Right? So I could... No, I couldn't. I couldn't because Bloom, that's Bountiful Core when it has two usages, it fires one when you end your turn, just like Yai with 4 usages on her summon. So yeah, now it is the fight of Baiju's, which was very funny since they barely do any damage. But because of Nilu having left Bountiful Cores and Oceanid having left some Hydro, they will do much more damage from summons. And here we see here we see Seamless Shield working, and also it activated a reaction, which means I was able to draw a card. At this point, the game was over. I couldn't do much more. They also had healing. So another reason why I like in the Nilou Baizhu Bloom team to run 2 Hydro is how much healing you can actually go for. Also, the Hydro Resonance. Oh, perfect Dia stuff now, huh? The Hydro Resonance can instantly give you 1 stack of the Sea-Dyed Foam, which is insane. Anyways, as you saw, they had too much damage from summons, way more than me. Shows the power of that deck, and I am also going to show the power of the deck right now. Man, I believe we're about to see a meta, a very dominant Nilou meta, because this summon damage feels a lot like what MMEC was before the MM nerf, and what Ocean Official can still be. So again, I forgot to put Storm Terror layers, so the fact that I got this was pure luck. Now, my opponent is playing Dory Quicken, which is very interesting. I think there's a lot of ideas with Dory as well. I don't know how good she is, but I think she definitely is versatile, unlike Nilou. Now, if you look, I have some very good pieces in case I get my artifact, which I do believe I get later on. But I did want to get out the Gossamer Sprite. Looking back at this play, I think I should have just done a normal to apply Dendro, and that was it, because now this was going to get wasted. I tuned 2 for an additional damage, which was not a good play. And I get another Nilou Talent. How lucky. So about Baizhu in Weekend decks. I think a variant with Fischl and maybe Gutsing can work. Or even Dory and Gutsing. So I basically just really like Baizhu being able to put out this Dendro summon, and then you also put out a Electro summon with either Dory or Fischl, and then you let your Gutsing build up. You build up your Gutsing in order to be able to do a lot of damage with her, and with the Quicken and you probably have Quicken up when you do so. You're gonna see later in the game she is gonna have Quicken and do a lot of damage to all my characters, but because of the way this Bloom deck works with a lot of healing, a lot of damage, I don't think they can keep up at all. So I drew the new artifact. I've talked already about it. I think it's very good. I think I do a misplay here by playing it instantly on Baizhu, when I was about to ult with Baizhu. Again, giving me Pulsing Clarity and Seamless Shield. But the fact is, I don't do instant damage right now. And so, what was the point of even putting that artifact, right? Besides healing. Not really any point in it. Now this heals me, and what's this? So, Gutsing, I think, is about to use Electro Resonance and Burst, which means technically it saved me, but it doesn't feel like the optimal play for last turn. I feel like I could have kept it for more other key moments. Yeah, okay, so Star Signs Burst, which leaves me in 1 HP. I could have died. So thanks to Sea-Dyed Foam, I was able to kill Gutsing right there, because he had 1 stack earlier, and so I killed their carry, finally. Now, what would be the best course of action in this case? They ended already, so I should have put summons down with Oceanid, but I was greedy for that bloom. And they healed a lot anyways. Yeah. They just healed a lot back with all the healing they have. Yo-Yo, Dory, and Cutscene. Seems good. Dory and Yo-Yo have a lot of healing. I wonder how good it is with Baizhu instead of Yo-Yo right there. Because Baizhu also has a lot of healing and then also shielding. Again, I do think Baizhu works in a lot of decks. I think he can work with a Nahida burning deck. So it's like Nahida, Baizhu, and the Pyro character. Preferably someone with summons. Maybe jungling. He can work in Hyper Bloom, I believe. Ocean Official Baizhu can also do the deed. But yeah, basically here I just got a lot of summons. They can't keep up. They cannot keep up with Baizhu and Nilu Blue. But Nilu has not done anything since the start of the game. Nilu has just sit pretty right there. The rest was done by Baizhu and Oceanid so far. Yeah, this deck is really strong. Really strong. Lots of healing and damage. And shielding technically thanks to Baizhu. I do think Baizhu is a really strong unit, but not in the sense that he needs nerfs. No, I think he's really well designed. And here we put the Ocean Hood Clam to get some more damage in order to be able to finish it. If not, if I wasn't gonna finish it right there, the Bloom and the summons at the end would have finished it anyways. I will quickly show you the decks. Right here, there we go. So on the left, you can see I have the Baizhu, Dia, and Sino deck, where I think I might want Nahida instead of Sino there, but I really like it. So basically it's a stall deck. You stall with Baizhu and Dia, you get your raid boss either Dia or Sino out. Perhaps you should be more aggressive. That's why I could suggest Nahida in order to also keep the Sumeru Resonance to look for the cards you need. And on the right, you have my scuffed version of the Nilu Baizhu Bloom. I say scuffed because I completely forgot to put the Storm Terror's layer. And I think I would replace maybe the Tenacity of the Midlets for the Storm Terror layer in order to be able to put it out. Or the Vanarana. I really like the top variant because you can use it for Storm Terror's lair, you can use it for Leo Harbor Wharf, you can use it for the Sangonomiya Shrine, for Sumeru City. I think it's really good. And then of course, double Hydro, a lot of healing, works with Ocean Hood Clam, that's why I put it in. I do believe it's close enough to a very good variant of the Bloom deck. So, that will be all from me today. I hope you all enjoyed it. And I hope that you're gonna enjoy tomorrow's video. Tomorrow, we have Dory. Until then, bye-bye.